But now we're gonna get into some badass jams right now. Ooh, it doesn't get much better than this. Dr. Dre from back in the day. Number 14 on my fantasy playlist, Dr. Dre, Death Row Records. Keep their heads ringing. Fantasy playlist, June 10th, 1995, man. Nothing like the jams get you pumped up, baby. Pumped up jams. Although there's excessive cussing on this record. I don't know if it adds to the charm of the record, but there's a certain amount of venom in these gangster rap records that was off-putting to a lot of people. And I'm an open-minded guy, even to me, it was a little bit too rough at times, but still, gotta get down on it, man. Dr. Dre, keep their heads ringing. Nancy Fletcher, she sings on this record. It's from a soundtrack movie called Friday. Priority Records released this single, but the masters are still owned by Death Row Records. They still own the masters. Went to number 10. Despite lack of airplay on the top 40 stations, they didn't touch this thing. It was basically sales and heavy urban airplay that propelled this thing to number 10 on Billboard's Hot 100. It sold 700,000 copies domestically here in the States, the record did. It samples a record that was written by Angie Stone. It came out in the early 80s called Funk You Up. It was by a group called Sequence. KRS is on this record. KRS, God dog, now this brings back some memories. If you think of KRS-One, man, now you're definitely old school. We're so much late 80s going into the 90s right now. It sounds like KRS is saying the F word at the beginning of the song, but he's saying buck, 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 supposedly. And I gotta read you a couple of lyrics here. This is from the alternate version. There's a mainstream version, but there was an alternate version of this record that was put out on Death Row's Greatest Hits, Death Row's Greatest Hits album, and also Death Row Days, which was Days. I can't get the word out right. That was also another compilation album. Let me read you a couple of lyrics. Let me bring this thing up real quick. Here's a couple of lyrics. This is from the alternate. This is the alternate verse. The alternate verse. This is from verse 1. Just chill. Listen to the beats I spill. I use Crest, so ain't no cavity creeps in my grill. Ooh, baby. The mainstream version goes, just chill. Listen to the beats I spill. Keeping it real enables me to make another meal. I like the alternate version better. That's pretty cool. And on verse 3, on the alternate version of Keep Their Heads Ringing, Dr. Dre goes, Dre came to wax you. Ho, just call me Mop and Glow. Oh my goodness. Ooh, my goodness. They didn't pull any punches, baby. They came right out. The mainstream version goes, Dre came to wax you, so just call me Mop and Glow. Kind of toned it down a little bit for mass airplay. Well, I guess that's all I got to say about this video by Dr. Dre from Death Row Records. This is back in the day. 20 years ago. Fantasy Playlist, June 10th, 1995. At number 14, Dr. Dre, Keep Their Heads Ringing.